Hi, everybody. Well, I was running a little behind today, groceries again. This time was for a different reason. I left my wallet at my sister's place, so I had to go running back and get it while my groceries sat in the freezer, or at least the fridge, make sure that they stay cold. Come home, I was just about to get into the game, and then it said, "Oh, you need to update." So we're not able to play for the moment. So, I wish it had been a little bit different. We'll see how quickly this gets along. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. It is Wednesday, so it's the middle of the week, but it's been nice outside. It has not snowed or rained or anything like that, like it did last week. Today was pleasant. It's partially cloudy with a little bit of light sun, maybe a slight breeze. I can't remember. So I went out to take care of Charlie, and this time he didn't bark at me, which I was very happy about. But in there, I was able to immediately give him a nose ruffle, and he was happy to see me and immediately wanted rubs and lovin's. Thankfully, I was able to do that and kind of get stuff and then get him outside and did a little jogging around the backyard just to kind of give myself a little bit of exercise as well as get him going. I also couldn't find a tennis ball. That was the other reason. But pardon all that. We got that going, so we're just waiting for this game to update. Hello, Omar. Hey, I am not in the game yet. It is currently updating, unfortunately, so can't play at the moment. With you today, Omar, I've actually had something happen to me in some of the days that you weren't here. I've been messaged by other people who wanted to play with me, and they've all been under the age of 18. And I have decided to make a change of playing with people who were at least of age. So I will not be able to play with you today, Omar, or in the future. It has just become something that I've gotten very uncomfortable with, as well as somebody who I was chatting with. They are actually trained to become a paralegal, and they said that playing with children under a certain age actually can be troublesome under certain circumstances, and I kind of want to avoid any kind of legal ramifications that might pop up. So, unfortunately, no. I will not be able to play with you. And as disappointing as that is, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. It's just a change that I feel is necessary at this point. And I hope that you'll still show up, but I'm not expecting you to. And that just goes for everybody. I am happy to play with other people who are streamers or not streamers and just want to play the game, but I have now made the executive decision that you need to be of age at least. I'm sorry. Okay, game is probably 20 seconds to go. I don't hope it's downloading right now. Updating all that jazz. I hope it. Oh. Alina Marguerite and Ray, please come on in. Game is updating at the moment, so don't have anything to show you guys at the moment. It should be updated really quick, though. As I was saying just a couple minutes ago, I was running late, so I thought I'd be able to get into the game right away, and I can't. It has to update, so I hope you will stay. Something I can kind of get into the game and all that jazz, but... Hey, Ray, how's your week going so far? I'm doing good. Slightly out of breath. I was running late, like I just said. Went to the grocery store, realized I didn't have my wallet with me. So I had to drive back to my sister's to grab the wallet. All that jazz. So it actually, I was going to be getting here. So I was going to be here on time, and then that happened. So I wasn't here on time. So gonna take a little bit of time to just get this updated. Come on, update. Okay, it is now updated. Good, good, good. Download settings get back to where it is. Okay, those are done. Might just launch right into it. Hear it. Oh my gosh. So they've done a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles update. There's a TMNT challenge. Okay, well, let's see here. What do we got? Okay, so I can actually get a bunch of stuff if I do this. Well, awesome. I kind of want to go after that, because that looks like a lot of fun. And it's like one of the few TMNT things I've actually seen that actually is good. Okay, so it's available in the item shop, apparently. Yeah, I'd have to pay for it, though. Oh! Anyway, let's get into it. Limited time, pizza party. House is in the way and it's causing issues. Pizza party. Well, this is not unexpected surprise. I didn't know that this was going to be a thing, so. Looks like we're doing TMNT event for today. Oh, the puck? Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like that's the case. Yeah, they just turned it into a pizza and gave it a lot of friction because it's not slick. Oh, good job. Actually, that's bad. Ah! Oh, look at all the cheese it leaves behind. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Sephra. Nice to see you again. It just started. The game had to update. Game had to update, so I was just trying to chat my mouth off for a short bit there. Oh, come on. And unexpectedly, it is a... Yeah, I didn't know about the new update, so I just started playing it. Yeah, so TMNT update, apparently. So it's basically a puck that has a lot of friction on it. Looks like all the best stuff, like the turtle van and stuff, is behind the paywall. Paywall, unfortunately. But looks like I might be able to get some other stuff, which is nice. Ah! Come on, get out of there. Everyone's got grapple hooks. Yeah, so it looks like this is gonna be the match for today. So So wait, we start on the purple side and we have to block our... What? This is weird. Get in there. Ah! explodes. Everyone explodes. Oh gosh. The thing is, it's purple and green. So if I'm green, does that mean I'm on team blue? I'm very confused. He got backed up by... Yeah, because I'm with the purples. Okay, so we actually are trying to score on green rather than... Okay, for some reason I got super confused about that. Why? I get so super confused about that. I was basically fighting against my team. That's not fun. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that today. I don't know, because we'll be doing because I'm still doing the hour-long stream, so kind of hard to do co-op. It would have to be like 1, maybe 2 matches or something like that. We'll see. I grabbed myself and was like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. There we go. The reason is because the more hours that I stream, the average of my views are going down, I think. This was and I keep trying to think about it, because talking to people in Discord, do shorter streams with more people and it gets you more viewers per stream. It gets the average up. So then once I'm able to get it up to get affiliation, then I can go back to doing longer streams. Because it's it's kind of dividing by how many viewers are watching per your minutes of streaming, if that makes any sense. Ah! Ah! And like we're super close to being affiliate. I don't know if Zephyr ended up hearing about it, but I ended up breaking. I'm hovering like 2.1 viewer average, so within the next week or two, I'm going to be able to get affiliate, because I keep getting at least 4 to 5 people watching me. It's 50 followers to get affiliate, but yeah. Yeah, they all... No, that's just for the community thing. It is just people in stream. That's doing the community. That's doing the first goal, which is community, building the community. And that got done a while back when you ended up raiding me. Back when I was going through Lego Star Wars, the first round. Yeah. How have your streams been doing? I have only popped in a couple times, but I haven't really kept up with your numbers, Sephra. Are you just exponentially growing? Feels like you probably are at this point. Where's that pizza pie? I stuck on my back. Oh yeah, definitely take those rests. It feels like you are consistently doing these long streams, and I sometimes I worry about your health, but I worry about everybody's health. I'm ready to go. We'll go again. Go ahead and do this test. That. You think of me? Yeah, these days it's very much just trying to keep up with all the games that are currently going on. I have barely touched Rocket League. Fall Guys doesn't get touched a whole lot. Yeah, when you do your subathons, I'm sure it's really rough. I don't know why I just started zooming like crazy. Well, when I get back into affiliate, I will probably do 2.5 to 3 hours. Just, or, you know, just kind of, so I'm actually making progress in my games versus not. I will still need to figure out kind of the happy medium for all that jazz. Oh, I think I get... Okay, so if you wait long enough, I think it goes to up to 100, and then it just immediately triggers. Maybe that's what it's doing. I don't know. Man, that was just an easy one for Underworld King. Oh, darn it. Nope, out of the way. I mean, I know you don't want to necessarily disclose numbers, but could you give me kind of like a rough estimate of how much revenue you get out of like one stream? Do you have that kind of figured out? Like I said, you don't have to go into specifics. I'm just curious of how much you could potentially make. I think for ads, don't you get like okay, but monthly it's around $30 a month. Okay, don't you get like 55% of the ad revenue or something? Isn't that what the take is? It's all different numbers depending on what you do, because subs are something, bits are something else. I looked it up and I was like, what? 50% of all revenue? Okay. That seems ridiculous. As I thought subs or something. I thought 50% of that. Okay. I thought it was bigger. Did they change that recently then? That pizza pie over there. I'm trapping one of my own in there. Oh man, Underworld King. No. Ow! Give me that pie. Give me that pizza. Actually, sounds really good right now. Went grocery shopping, looked at the pizza. I was like, I don't know if I want to pay for a pizza though. We're getting our butts absolutely mauled in this one. Until you're partnered? Oh, okay. That must be what it is. If you're partnered, you get more of a take. The value changes. I think I found out about that stuff from Jared's streams, and he is partnered. Yeah, you'd be making nearly $60. Underworld King. I'm going to just screw you over if I can. Man. Looking at that, you know, you could actually do enough that you'd be able to pay for like a battle pass or something for games. Then you get more out of your games or something. Probably what I would be doing with the money. Either that, or it would start going towards certain bills. All depends on how the UTA stuff goes down at some point. Well, and that's not even including tax. You probably have to pay 15% or something for tax. That's pre-tax or something like that. Artwork, savings, yeah. But you're also doing it as more of like an actual. Oh, really? Are you just considered a? Is it considered tips then? How's that factored in? Okay. Maybe you'd be, so I would guess that you would be considered a contractor under Twitch then. Okay. Yeah, because under the contractors, you can pay them the 500 without needing to like put out like a W-2 or something like that. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense, yeah. So I did read about that. It's like, yeah, you actually have to fill out information, so then they have that on record. I guess I'll find out about all of it, all about that eventually at some point. Anyway, on change of note, I'm going to actually have a nice meal tonight. I went ahead and made the effort of actually making up some homemade teriyaki. So, that'll be yummy. Yeah, just automatically triggers. Okay. I'm still playing Foot Soldier. Yeah, I need to take a look and see, because I'll have to, I'm sure I have enough rice. I don't remember the last time I cooked rice. But, I don't know if we have an Instapot or something like that. I don't know if we have that in the house or not. That, some veggies I'll heat up. And, the meat has been marinating since this morning, so. I'll do that, and then I'll work on some more Destiny stuff. Once Destiny goes away, then I'll be able to kind of work on some more games in terms of just kind of stuff offline. I'm gonna have to play a little bit of Marbles probably tonight as well to make sure that I get the weekly quests done at least. I didn't get all those done. After I do my stream, I'll also see who else I can support for tonight. I have not been doing that a whole lot recently, and I really want to kind of stay on top of it, so then more people are more inclined to come and support if they're able to. Get that way! Get it that way! There we go! So last night, I went to Video Games Live, which I found out a bit more. So last time it was in town, it was like a decade ago. It was a long time ago. But basically, it is a show that gets put on by, I don't know if it's a company or I don't know how it's classified. Anyway, they basically take footage and get the licensing rights to play certain games, to show footage and play the music, and then they will coordinate with the local orchestra to play the video game music. And they do this for a show, and they have some goofs and puns and things like that, and it was actually a lot of fun. The music selection was actually pretty typical. So we got some big games in there. Overwatch. We watched it was the short video of Bastion. It's the robot that can turn into a tank. I think it's Bastion. Is his name. The short film was that. We watched stuff from God of War, Halo, with one of the guys rocking the electric guitar, which was fun. Did a thing of Tetris, which was kind of a operatic kind of theme to it for all the versions of Tetris that are around, which is like 42 versions or something like that. So that was fun. Let's see. Kingdom Hearts. They were able to take little snippets of all the Disney characters that are in the game, and take them from like the original Disney movies, and set that up to the Kingdom Hearts music. They had a little bit of a cosplay contest, which was very small. Had probably only 10 people in it, but they had a kids division, they had a couples division, and they had an adult division. I'm upside down! Get your butt over there. Get your butt over there. Come on! But all in all, we enjoyed ourselves. There we go! Got a score! I believe you can look up at least trailers for Video Games Live online. On YouTube, I'm pretty sure you can at least see a trailer, but I think, let's see, what else? What other shows? They did Metal Gear Solid. They did Uncharted. They did The Last of Us. They did Undertale with a really cool music video that I think is was fan animations or something like that. Had some really cool stuff on it. They did Final Fantasy VIII. They did what is it called? Liberté Fatale, I think. It's kind of the main theme for Final Fantasy VIII, which was fun. We got no Nintendo music because we took the speculation that they don't have licensing agreements with Nintendo anymore, and Nintendo is pretty litigious about that. I think the only Nintendo-related stuff was stuff that was Nintendo adjacent. So we briefly saw like Dr. Mario in the Tetris theme, because it's basically Tetris, or very similar to Tetris. My mistake. There was a good selection of music that we listened to. Nothing mind-blowing. Oh, Okami. They got Okami in there as well, which I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Okami's not, they did Shadow of the Colossus. I think the only reason a lot of these games were picked is because they could get the rights to do it. way, it was a fun night. I was able to spend it with people. Saw somebody I hadn't seen in 7, 8 years or something like that. It was really nice. A buddy of mine that was in we had previously gone to the same ward together, but I had since moved and shifted into a new ward and all that jazz, so. Oh, this game's really close. But like I said, it was a fun night. It was worth going to, in my opinion, at least the second time. If it ever comes to anybody in America, I think it's only America that they do it. They might do parts of Canada, but it's like a rotating tour. And they have done it for the last 20-something years. I think the performance last night was their 549th, I believe they said, which is, I calculated that out. That comes out to about every 2 months they do a performance somewhere. So, if you're ever in America and you hear that they're going, I would suggest going at least once. And the tickets usually are not bad. I think Allie had to get them like 6 months in advance or something like that, like most concerts. But they had like a promo or something that was for like $25 a ticket or something. I don't know how much Allie paid for. I didn't ask. I didn't bother. But it was fun. I thought that was a great use of the evening, spending time with family. That was a good shot. And we just enjoyed ourselves for the night. Got back far later than I usually am. I'm not a night owl. I'm usually getting off of computer stuff at 11 at the latest, and then I'll be in bed until probably midnight, trying to fall asleep. But we got back at like midnight. So let me preview these. Oh, it's a blueprint. It's not an actual item. Oh. Have I finished any of these? What have I finished? Okay. Ooh. Let's put that on there. That's a little better than what I had. I like that, though. What else do I get here? So we get level up stuff. We get the wheels. Or we can get the Foot Clan ones. We get the logo. I will happily take the logos. Those are cool. Oh, and I got rockets so I can actually do Donatello's. Absolutely. So I'll happily take the fun. I will say, though, that as I've been playing through games, I have now realized I really want to finish LEGO Star Wars and then play a shorter game. The game's been going on for a long, long time. Probably, nearly 4 months now? If it's April 22nd, I probably started that halfway through January. Maybe. I've been doing it for a long time. There's my phone. Oh, yeah, I'm also going to 100% it. Yeah, had I just normally run through it, I would have been done with it in 10 hours. Easily. But the fact that I'm trying to 100% it, yeah, that's why it's taking so long. It's because I'm trying to get everything done on it. Which is typically what I do for LEGO games. I don't just play through the story or whatever that they have on it. And I'm done. I'll usually do a 100% on the game. So I think, thankfully, all of the LEGO games that I have before are all before the Skywalker saga. So they'll all be relatively shorter. They'll still be big games. They'll still be like 60 hours or something like that. But I think they'll all be shorter than Skywalker Saga, because that one has probably the most content I've ever seen in a Lego game. Just by the story mode and the challenges and all that jazz. So I've actually gotten a little luck. Well, I also just like 100%ing games. I've actually done a few dozen 100%er games, but those are few and far between. Depends on how big the game is. Some games I've been able to 100% in a couple hours because they're just really, really short games. But other ones I've been able to 100%. It's taken me a little while. But I realized it actually is not particularly fun just playing through a game the one time and then just making sure it's all the way done, and you don't get to really go back to the game unless you really, really want to. So I realized that I want to experience far more games that I have, because then I just have them. And then go back and 100% them at a later date. Because then I'd be able to experience the game a second time, more or less. So that's what I'm going to be kind of doing for the future. Nope. Give me that pizza. Fully gnarly, dude. Of course, I don't sound anything like the Turtles. Okay, those who are watching, how many of you have watched TMNT and which version? Because there's like 5 different versions of the shows now. Not including the movies. Because we really don't talk about the Michael Bay movies. TMNT. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That is the abbreviation. I'm curious to... Oh, pizza on my head. Pizza on my head. I'm curious to see who else is, has watched watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a show or anything like that. Because I grew up with them. I grew up with the 90s cartoon. And then they got rebooted in the 2000s. Then they've had 3 or 4 different versions, and then there's, I mean, the latest one is the cartoon movie where they actually are all teenagers. From a very old series. Were they kind of more like, were they more like kind of rounded versions that had Crane and Shredder? Because that's the 90s version. That's the original, as far as I'm aware. That's the original animated series. Yeah, back when we watched TV, when TV was a thing we watched. I mean, I guess there were the live action ones that were back in the 80s that had the guys in the giant rubber costumes for the Turtles. I never watched those. I don't think it's because I ever had an interest in watching them. Not to mention that they swore a few times, and then it was like, Mom wouldn't let us watch anything that swore. It's funny, because you watch Princess Bride, and there's a swear in that, so... we were teenagers by the time that showed. So... Okay, so that probably was the second edition. That probably was the second version. Because that's the one that came out. They all have kind of more angular designs to them. Because the second series came out in the 2000s. Because in that one, Splinter's more of a gray, and the original one, he's far more brown. He's extremely brown. You are not 30 yet. Okay, well. I mean, I've only got a few years on that, so. Launch! Boing! There we go! Nice. We're gonna get one of the challenges, which was winning with more than 2 points ahead of your opponents, so. Nice. I'm stuck to the pizza. That grapple hook stays on there for a while. My goodness. Ow! Up to the metal, my mans. There we go. Turtles won. Oh, Final Fantasy XIV, a new update came out on yesterday, so we will be exploring that update on Friday. Oh yeah, I imagine the box would be horribly messy. Level 43! Okay, we got that. Put that now. Pizza time! Oh, yes. Oh, and we get the we get the ooze. We'll hold off on that one for now. Apparently there's a second oh, that's not the ooze for the that's the booster. That's fun. And we're gonna go to our garage because yep, manage inventory. Quartz drop. Oh, that's a... Okay, now is that a... It looks more like the design of Bob's Burgers, but I'm pretty sure that's something closer to, like... Rick and Morty. Either way, I don't want to put that thing on my car. I think there was some... Okay, so this is how goofy America can get. I'm pretty sure at one point there was a pizza box pizza you could get. It was meant to be the idea of, instead of wasting the cardboard or anything like that, they just made a basic pizza crust that shaped kind of like a box. I don't remember all the details because I was like, that's weird, and moved on with my life. But I'm pretty sure that was a thing for a very, very short amount of time from a very specific franchise. Kind of like something Domino's would do. I don't remember. But that was a thing at some point. Rather than tossing out the box, you have something that's biodegradable, for the most part. And potentially you just eat the box after you eat your pizza. Because it's pizza crust. I will have to double check that because I'm not sure how true that is or what in particular it was, but it very much was the idea of having something that wouldn't be wasted. I mean, to be fair, there are worse things that could be edible. I think someone did, someone tried to push the idea of, like, edible straws. I know there's some fun candy stuff that's like for the very open-minded. There was something like edible underpants. It was kind of like gummy or something like that. It was meant to be something you do with your partner, your romantic partner or something like that. But there's the idea of certain consumable things that you could eat. I think there was one that was it water bottles? I think I heard that there was something like water bottle. There's one for a straw or something. So then after a little bit, you could eat it. I mean, you can get candy, you can get certain items that are like candy related. But this was something that could actually like could biodegrade in such a way that it was not wasted material that just went to the dump. It was something that actually was used for the one-time use, and then it was done. Do I think it's a good idea? No, but it was an idea that had some potential of removing, disposable waste. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of pizza boxes, even though they come in cardboard is recyclable, but if it's stained with the grease from the pizza, they can't recycle it because the grease interferes with the process. So they actually will just throw away the pizza box, even though the boxes should be recyclable, because if they're filled with the grease or with food or anything like that, they can't be recycled. No recycling company will take them because the food messes with the recycling process. But no, I'm pretty sure you can go online and you can say edible products that are not food, and you'll find an article somewhere that actually lists out all the things that you could buy that you can potentially eat. Oh, darn it. And it would show you all the products that, in recent history, that were marketed as such. I know that there are companies that are pushing more of a organic or biodegradable utensils. Those have become far bigger because rather than throwing away the plastic forks or knives or something, they last for like a month or something like that, and then they slowly biodegrade because it's made out of plant matter of some sort, some kind of wood pulp that has been thermoformed or something like that. Now. Push, push. There we go. Nice job, Maine. Oh, we're tied up. Like I said, it was for people who were very open to the idea. Save a turtle, save it! Good job. There we go, there we go, there we go. Ah. Nope. Stop falling. Ouch. Oh, there we go. There we go, main. There we go. There we go. Save it. There we go. Turn it around. Heck yes. No, and that's okay. It is a weird idea. I would not be open to something like that either. I just know that that was a thing. And if people want to do that, it's up to them. Yeah, so don't worry. Is this kind of a judgment-free zone? But yeah, I do have an opinion on it. And I will make my opinion known. So, no, you're not in trouble in any way, shape, or form. It's okay. Opinions are okay here. Ah, come on! Get it in there! The four of us trying to grapple it into there. Jeez. For Pete's sakes. Okay, so on a different note, I know of so many games that have done the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collab stuff. Yep, last second pizza. There have been so many games that have done that. I think one of the most recent ones was, I think it was Call of Duty? Was it Call of Duty, or was it one of the other Battlefield games? I can't remember. That had one where you could play as certain characters from... You could play as Splinter, or you could play as any of the Turtles. They've had it in Smite. They've had it in Brawlhalla. A lot of these free-to-play games, they've had these. I don't know if they're in Fortnite. I can imagine that they are. I don't watch Fortnite play, really, because it just is not particularly interesting to me. Considering the absolute Caesar salad of IP characters that they have in Fortnite, I wouldn't be shocked at all if they have them in Fortnite. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I can imagine. So it would probably be the four Turtles. You'd probably have Splinter. You'd probably have Shredder. I don't know what other characters they could have. They could have Bebop and Rocksteady, but they're not as... I mean, they are well known, but they're not, like, the face of the franchise like the other guys are. I imagine they could do something like a foot... They could do some of the accessories. So for the gliders, they could do... they could do the turtle band. They could do that for a vehicle. If it's only the turtles, that makes sense. To have any of the other characters is a little weird. But just considering what they do have in Fortnite, it's not surprising in the slightest. Because from what I've been able to see, any of the Nickelodeon, because I believe Nickelodeon owns the IP rights right now, they will shell out to anybody with a paycheck right now to do collabs in games. Because they've done all kinds of stuff. They did, because Smite has had Avatar: The Last Airbender for some of the costumes. And to be fair, if I'm correct that Nickelodeon actually owns the rights, that's probably one of their most popular franchises because it has been going strong for 40-something years and has had multiple cartoon series based on them, despite the fact that they're all more or less the same in story-wise. Though the original had the most widely known set of characters. They have probably the most games out of all the franchises. There's so many games. From all sorts of varieties. And that's okay. it's one of the older franchises that, I don't know, just never really, it didn't have the staying power of a lot of other stuff. And if you look at it, if it was released today, a lot of people would question it. Wait, they're mutant turtles that live in the sewers and love pizza? The idea sounds bonkers, but back in the days when they became big, a lot of ideas were being thrown out because everybody was trying to come up with something. And now they live, for the most part, by that. I mean, I haven't even played I played one of their games. We had it for the SNES, the Super Nintendo, and it was Turtles in Time 4. It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time or something. Yeah, and that was very much in the 80s, 90s. I think so. Apparently, they actually started as comic books, and those started back in like the 50s or something. Entirely different style to it. It was all black and white, very mature styled game. From what I understand, it was very much a different thing. And then they kind of modernized it and made it far more kid friendly and stuff like that. I mean, to this day, there have been other collabs with other famous DC. I believe there was a animated movie that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman versus Batman or something like that. And so it's the four turtles fighting against Batman, except he knows as much ninjutsu as they do, so they're kind of outclassed by him. I say kind of. He actually outclasses them to the point where they're actually like working together. And right in play. Oh, someone had a grapple. I was going to get that one too. Oh, man. No. Out of the way. Yeah, it's natural. Well, and it's always the idea that DC and Marvel, they always try and bring together characters that are... Because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles isn't as big a franchise as some of the other stuff, they're wanting to include it into other projects to see kind of the interesting dynamic and see if it's successful or not. Comic books do that all the time. They try and come up with interesting characters and see if it sticks, if it works. I mean, for a little while, they actually had DC and Marvel kind of combining because a lot of the characters are so similar. All right. Yeah, as long as it's good. Emphasis on the good. Anyway, when we finish this match, we'll probably be done for the day, and then I need to do a little work on just mathing, just kind of see how we're doing on terms of on my affiliate progress. Favorite crossover of all time? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to think about that one. That's a great question, though. I will have to give you an answer next time live stream. I can't think off the top of my head which would be the best. Jimmy, yeah, I can see that being well. So they tried doing something a little bit like that with. I think they did. Now remember, a lot of these shows I didn't have access to because we didn't have cable, so I couldn't see Nickelodeon or anything like that. I just know these from watching certain videos and kind of just hearing from the internet in general. I know that towards the end of their runs, a lot of the characters from Animaniacs, they tried doing collab stuff. They tried doing crossover things. I believe Pinky and the Brain, they did Pinky and the Brain and Elmira from Tiny Toons, which was an odd choice. Let's see, what... I probably will actually have to pull it up on the internet and say, okay, what cartoon collabs have happened, so then I can actually give an answer to that. Because a lot of the collabs I've seen are actually game-related, not show-related. I think one of the more interesting ones was Final Fantasy XIV and Monster Hunter. I thought that was interesting. Monster Hunter has done a little bit of collabs in some locations. Because what they did is they made it so then there was a limited time quest in Final Fantasy that would get you're able to play against a Rathalos in a trial version, and then there was a hunt for a behemoth in Monster Hunter World. I know that was a thing that I haven't done yet, so at some point I will have to. Okay, let's see what we get out of our special thing, and then I'll do a sign out. Oh, it is the decal. Nice, not bad. Okay, everybody. So that was a nice surprise, coming in and having the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle event. How long is the event going for? To May 1st. Okay. Well, I'll make sure that I end up finishing this up. Like I said, for everybody who showed up, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I will once again reiterate what I said at the beginning of the stream, is that if you would like to play with me, I would prefer to be playing with people who are of age, at least, of legal age, just to avoid any kind of scruples that we have. If that disappoints you because you are a younger viewer, as I'm sure Omar is, realize it is not personal. It is purely for legal ramifications that could potentially happen. I'd like to just cover my bases and make sure that that's not available. 25 is an age, yeah. In America, of age is 18. If you're out of country, that's going to be a whole other thing, but 18 is the preferred, because I know that there are different ages for that. I would like you at least to be an adult, I think. I think is probably the best way to do it. If you were considered an adult in your country, you're good. Maybe a couple of exceptions to that rule. I believe that, was it Japan that had like an age of 14 or something? I don't know. I think that was the legal age of consent or something like. I don't know. Anyway, so if you do want to play with me, Ray, I know that you're in the clear. You're good. If you want to play with me, reach out during a stream, or put it on if it ends up getting mentioned into a comment or something like that. You can do that on the social medias and stuff. Try not to do DMs. DMs are a little weird at this point. We'll see. I'll see that on a case-by-case basis. Tomorrow, Lego Star Wars. Once again, we will be jumping into that. And we'll probably do quests this time. I also need to jump into that and make sure that I actually have kind of lined up so we're not setting that up, and we'll see how far we're getting there. I did break 75%, so we're getting close. What I'm doing after this is I'm going to be doing highlights. I'm going to do some port streams. I need to get into Marvel Rivals for a little bit. I need to get onto Final Fantasy XIV and all that jazz. Get all this stuff kind of set up and squared away. Make dinner, all that jazz. So my evening seems pretty full. So tomorrow, Lego Star Wars, 1 p.m. PDT. I'm not sure what that is over in Europe. I probably should get a universal time for it. Final Fantasy XIV, I don't think I can actually 100% that, because it's an online game. They constantly add new content to it. I'm going to do as much as I can, but some of the stuff is extremely hard to do. And because it's an online game, it is going to be almost impossible to do because they will constantly add new content to it. I will, at one point, 100% it. I will do all the content that I want to do and we'll be done with it. However, I don't know when that will happen. If I play any offline Final Fantasy, I will try to 100% those. As far as any games in my library, I'm going to 100% everything that I can. That's just the goal. So FF14, that blurs a line. You can't really 100% it unless you've been playing since day one, which I haven't been doing. But I can do all the stuff that I still have available to me. And they're usually pretty good about that. So there is a way to do a 100%. It's just not a 100% forever kind of deal. So anyway, Lego Star Wars tomorrow. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thanks for chatting with me. It makes the streams go by even faster than they already do, and it's just more pleasant to talk with. So Ray, thank you for the chat. It's been fun. If you have any questions or comments, please look them down in the socials as well as on the YouTube channel. I always try and read those whenever I show up. So I thank you all for showing up here. Peace out. I'll see you all tomorrow for some more Lego Star Wars. Bye.